Okay, so today we are going to see the 15th unit, global manufacturing strategy. Okay, global manufacturing strategy. Over here, we need to first understand the meaning of globalization. Okay, what do you mean by globalization? First of all, see, from the year 1991. Okay, in the year 1991, we have seen that India is facing a lot of problem of deficit. Okay, so at that period of time, uh, government has taken a decision of LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Okay, due to which, at that time of period only we have came a step forward towards the globalization. Okay, globalization in the sense for the sake of making our economy brighter in the field of privatization also, and making our economy, our growth globalize by having a foreign direct investment in our country, and also by making a more import export in the foreign countries as well as in our country also. So lot of companies, those who are there in foreign, they are coming in India for the sake of providing a job opportunities and the sake of growth and development. And definitely we are also getting a benefit of it, because you know at that time of period, we are really facing a lot of problem in the field of financial deficit. But after that, while having a growth, we have seen that there are lot of growth has occurred, and due to which we are in a position to give a good good outlook towards our economy. And due to which a lot of people have got an employment opportunities, those who are having a good degree but unable to get an employment opportunities, they are able to get an employment opportunity. This is the biggest thing which we have created in for the sake of growth and development. Now, global manufacturing strategies, having a strong domestic manufacturing base is a vital to any region's economic growth. Okay, this is because manufacturing provides a important institutional foundation for learning and developing process skills and capabilities that are increasing intervened with core R&D. R&D means research and development in some of the industries most important to the region economic future. Okay, now see, definitely globalization helps a lot for the economic development, right? It is a pillar of the growth and development of our country, because with the help of the globalization we can able to sustain into the international market as well. Okay, globalization plays an important role in each and every field. Within the international market, if you see, within the international market also we are in a position to show a good growth, right? Because international market is the market where we are in a position to have a good financial condition, as because now we are utilizing our resources with the optimum level, due to which we come to know about what are the strength we are having, right, and what are the drawbacks we are having. So in the field of manufacturing also we have shown a lot of growth. We are dependent on other countries before, but now we are also trying to make manufacturing of the products which we required more. Okay, we are also switching ourselves in that position, right? So we have shown a lot of growth in this field also. Okay, and the role of government also plays an important role over here, because the Congress government led by the Mr. Narsihar Rao has announced a new industrial policy on July 24th, 1991. Okay, the main aim of new industrial policy is to unshaken the Indian industrial economy from the cobwebs of unnecessary bureaucratic control, and introduce liberalization with a view to integrate the Indian economy with the world economy. Okay, to remove restrictions of direct foreign investment, are also to free the domestic entrepreneur from the restriction. Okay, now they have given a very good phenomena for the industrial licensing. Okay, in the space of industrial licensing, the role of government was to change from that of only exercising control to the one of providing help and the guidance for making essential procedure fully transparent and by eliminating delays. This call of blood and immigrative decision designed to remove restraints on capacity creation, with the same time ensure the overriding national interest with not uh, jeopardize. Okay, so over here industrial licensing has plays an important role. Now industrial licensing policy has abolished with the all project expert with the short term short list of the industrial related security and strategies concerned. For public sector it is allowed to entry in the areas not reserved for it. Now see, list of industries in respect to industrial licensing. Now they have given a lot of list. See, now I would like to tell you, see, coals and lignates, sugar, animal fat and oils, okay, motor cars, uh, paper and newsprint, except baggy base units, okay, and, drugs and pharmaceuticals, according to the drugs policy, entertainment, electronics, such as VCRs, colors, TVs, CD players, tape recorders, okay, white uh, white goods also, such as a domestic dishwashing machine, prolonged domestic washing machines, microwaves, oven, air conditioners. So all these are the list of the industries with respect to the industrial licensing uh, will be compulsory. Okay, now in the book which they have given about the some of the international facts, right, in the book they have given the ratio about the trading activities, right. For the trading activities, there are few agencies also, communities also, which is helping to increase the trading activities between Indian economy to other countries, such as NAFTA, okay, NAFTA, European Common Market, okay, Asian market. These all are the trading activities where a lot of people, a lot of countries are have a members of this trading unit, due to which they can easily get connected with the other, by having some kind of subsidies in the taxation policies, some kind of relaxation in the tariffs and trade and tariffs, due to which they are getting interconnected with each other and they are getting profit within the countries, right. So these trading activities is also very much important. When company have gone global, they tend to have a similar strategy in a particular region, or they may tend to enter the delay entry into the region due to the similar opportunities or obstacles. For example is Walmart. It has been more successful in the US, Canada, Mexico and UK, and then elsewhere, okay, due to the geographical and cultural and economic similarities among these countries. Okay, now see, uh, we need to understand several issues regarding globalization. Why do companies go global? What are the forms of global operations? What are the issues in globalization? What are the risks in globalization? These are the these are the issues related to globalization, which is covered in the next unit. Okay, now yes, definitely these all are the things we need to understand. Now see, the countries which they have given the example, US, Canada, Mexico and UK, these all are the developed nation. Okay, even if you get a tie-up with this country, they are going to get more benefit than us, because they are the developed countries and they know, developed countries knows very well where we are lacking behind, and where we need to do more, where we need to do more production, where we need to do more export, where we need to do more import of the goods, right. So then they are very well known about their strength and weakness. So they are only making the relationship with the developing countries for the sake of their own benefit, right. right? So the country like developing country like us, we should also know how we can get a more benefit from the developed country, right? Because they are in a position to get a more benefit, because they knows where they need to go, what are the things they need to have from the other countries. So they are making a proper plan of action, and they are taking from the other countries only that thing which they don't have in their country. Okay, see, each and every country is having their own natural resources, right? And they know how to utilize it. But in some countries, some of the natural resources are not available, right? So they need to purchase that natural resources from the other countries, right? So these are the situations. Now, why companies go global, right? We need to understand this concept also. Why companies go global? To grow, definitely, they want to grow into their they want to grow their economic, and they want to develop their economy, due to which they go global. Then to become more efficient, definitely they want to become more efficient. That this is also one of the important part. To gain knowledge, yes, definitely, to gain knowledge, to get more innovative techniques or technical knowledge about the product, right, which is there in the upgrading scenarios nowadays, day to day, whatever new things which is happening, they come to know about that, due to which they gain knowledge, then to understand and serve customers better. Definitely, to understand and to serve customers better. Okay, because at this stage, customers are the king, right? You also know that very well. Customers are the king. We need to provide the goods and opportunities for the customers only, because they are the kings. Then the next one, because of competition. Definitely, because of the competition, we need to see that thing. Then to build a brand. Okay, then to build a brand, rightly said, to build a brand also. So these all are the important factors. Now, to grow, domestic market can be a limiting after a certain point. Okay, once the product has penetrated the majority of the country's population, further sales can either be replacement or cutting into someone else share. A country with less penetration may respect greater potential for the growth. Okay, to grow, to become more efficient. With growth comes scale. The company can spread fixed cost over the larger base, experience curve, greater potential to reduce the cost of purchase goods, economics of scale, in addition to economics of scale. So these are the important things which they have told. Now, global companies. There was a time when companies in developed world dominate the world market. Okay, today there are several companies from developing countries that have gained a significant share of the global market. Okay, at one time the majority of the Fortune 500 were from Western economy. In 2003, 31 companies were from emerging markets, and 2010 the number has grown to 62 and growing fast. Even in India also, a lot of Fortune 500 companies came in India. Okay, in the form of FDI, foreign direct investment. A lot of companies are coming in India for the settlement. They don't have their head office over here, but the branch is there in India. Even if you see the cities of Maharashtra like Mumbai and Pune, there are a lot of Fortune 500 companies, those who are existing over here. Okay, they are giving a proper result, right? These Fortune 500 companies are really helpful for the company's growth and development. And even the concept of global economy has changed. Earlier the company was considered a global if it is had a global marketing presence, product were sold internationally. Today there was a companies which manufacturing globally, source globally, have a global finance base, have a global market. So these all are the important factors. Then manufacture globally. Companies do not just produce in one country or sell globally. They set up manufacturing in the different countries for different reasons. Okay, now sometimes the location of the plant in a particular country is to be closer for the supplier and a major customer. Now source globally. Companies source from countries which have a product high quality of low prices. Definitely, if you go global, you will get a test of the other country's product as well. Now I will give you the example of Chinese product, right? Now China are our neighborhood country, right? If you see the import of product from China to our country is very large. Okay, even in the field of toys also, we are getting a Chinese product only because it is cheaper in cost and the quality is also not so bad, I must say, because the Chinese product which we are getting, if you compare to the Indian product is much costlier than the Chinese product, and people will prefer to purchase the Chinese product because they are very very less in cost, and the product quality is also good. So you know, people those who want to purchase the product for the consumption purpose, definitely they are going to purchase from the China product only, because they are getting with the less price and with the good quality. So definitely this is also a drawback for the Indian economy, that we are not in a position to manufacture such kind of product because of the globalization, right? Because this is one of the thread where our market does not grow, our market does not exist, because Chinese product which we are getting in a lesser prices, right? Because China are selling that product in a bulk, and we are getting that product from the China with the less cost, which is the biggest thing for us. Now the next one is, the opening of global sourcing allows global companies to provide better products at a lower cost than before. Definitely, they are providing a better product with the lower cost. Then, obviously, transportation cost and the longer lead times have to be uh, factors in when considering supplies from the distance. Yes, have a global finance base. Companies can have a stock listed of the various international exchange. The company may declare a country as a home base for taxation purpose. Definitely, when we are purchasing a lot of goods from one country, take an example of a country like US. If we are purchasing a lot of goods from the US, we need to provide a taxation relief also, because we are the person those who are consuming that products, and for the sake of our economic development. So we should also have make a tie with the taxation bond also with that country, because we require a continuous flow of goods from that country. So there should be a bonding in the field of taxation as well. Okay. Now, companies driven their financing and operating capital from various international sources. The access of global funding is the great access to companies when the global borrowing rate are high. Have a global mindset. Companies hire the best talent from across the globe. This bring a mixture of different culture and thinking to the economy, to the country. By integrating the knowledge and the culture of different countries, companies developed a broader perspectives and a better understanding of global market and customers. Now, global strategies. Now, see, there are two global companies. There are three global type of companies. First one is domestic, then second one is multi-domestic, and third one is international. Okay. Now, domestic market. What do you mean by domestic market? Domestic market is a marketplace where the companies exist only in one country. See, India. In India, if you see, there are a lot of domestic market which is being established by the Indian people, and you know, there is no branch in other countries. So that is the domestic market. Okay, the market which is there in our country only. The company compete with other domestic companies in a home country and with some international companies as well. Okay, domestic companies are the companies with with the same industries that are located in different countries. Okay, the firm using the multi-domestic strategy sacrifice efficiently in favor of emphasizing responsiveness to local requirement within each of its markets, rather than trying to force all the American-made shows on viewers around the globe. MTV customized the programming that is owned by the channels with dozens of countries, okay, including New Zealand, Portugal, Pakistan, and India, right? MTV. Okay, MTV is a channel which popularized in other countries also. Okay, now similarly, food industries, HJ Hens adopted the product to match a local preference because some Indians will not eat the garlic and onion. For example, Honey's offers a version of its signature checkup that does not include with two ingredients. Okay, multi-domestic company tend to be autonomous and not much coordination and exchange of information across the countries take place. Now see, they have given the example of retailing, construction, fabrication, etc. Now, international or multinational companies, the firm that has operation in more than one country is known as multinational cooperation. The largest MNCs are major players within the international arena. Okay, Walmart annual worldwide sales, for example, are larger than the dollar value of the entire economy of Australia, Norway, and Saudi Arabia. Okay, now now see, they have given the example of Walmart. Okay, Walmart is the biggest retailer sectors and which is spread in lot of countries. You can take an example of UK, Canada, US, right? Even in Mexico also you can see the branches of Walmart. Okay, although Walmart tend to be viewed in American retailer, the firm earns more than one quarter of their revenue outside the United States, right? In I have told, you know, in the country like UK, the country like Mexico, the country like Canada, there is a tie-up with the Walmart. Now in India also, you know, the Bharti company, they are also making a tie-up with the Walmart. So Bharti Walmart will be the biggest merger in our country. It may be in future as well, because see, Walmart is the biggest retailer country, retailer sector company, and you know they also want to jump in uh, Indian economy also, because they will gain a lot of profit over here. But they also, for the saking of, for the you know, capturing the market, they also have to compromise little bit of with their cost, right, to gain the market. So these all are the important factors. Now, global companies. Okay, global companies tend to be present in practically all countries in which a demand of their product exists. They tend to have a different part of the value chain located in different countries. Therefore, coordination between much more complex than the other type of companies. Often global companies, common product to be made and sold globally with some customization for the local test and regulation. Okay, now take an example of automobile, consumer electronics, etc. Global strategies have issued similar to the local and domestic strategy. The main difference in this fact that the global and international companies, there are issues in locating certain activities in different countries or regions, and coordinating these activities. In case of domestic and multi-domestic company, there is no need of global strategy. The strategy of one of the several individual domestic strategy, one of the each country. Okay, international companies must create strategies that require coordination and integration among the different location and the cooperation and the operation located there. Okay, now see, there are two main functions which come to the global and international economy, that is configuration of the different activities and coordination among the activities. Now see, configuration of activities. Let us discuss this concept. Configuration of activities means what? Configuration deals with the determination of where the various activities in the value chain of the organization are located. Okay, the activities in the value chain include the primary activity and the supportive activity. Okay, primary activities include inbound logistics operation, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and the after sales service. Okay, supportive activities include product design, human resource management, and the financial and administrative functions. So these all are called as a configuration of activities. Then coordination of activities. Coordination of activity deals with how the disparate activities are coordinated and remain autonomous in the operation. Depending on the type of configuration, the degree of dispersion of activities include distance separation, separating them. Coordination may be easy or difficult. So that is called as coordination of activities. Okay, configuration of activities and coordination of activities. These are two things which is very much important. While these are two main functions of global and international economy. Okay. Now we are going to see the risks in globalization. Definitely, there are few risks in globalization that we need to understand. Okay, see, as we have discussed in the coordination of activities and configuration of activities, they have expanded the concept. The issue in configuration is where the located the activities and where the activities should be concentrated or dispersed. The motivation of locating the activities in certain industry, certain countries and region may be gain competitive advantage of the competitive advantage, comparative advantage or competitive advantage. Okay, comparative advantage comes with the access of factors such as low cost labor and raw material, and competitive advantage comes from environmental of innovation and productivity growth. Okay, so competitive and comparative advantage. Configuration also includes the determination of number of sites, whether the concentrate activities or disperse them widely. Concentration of activities may permit the company's economy of scale as well as benefits of learning curves. Then concentrating linked activities in one country or region also makes the coordination of these activities easier. Okay, so they are giving the example of concentration of activities and uh, uh, coordination of activities. Now, in coordination of activities, coordination deals with sharing information across dispersed activities and assigning responsibility and finding the synergies across the different location. Okay, why we need to do coordination? With the help of the coordination, we come to know what is the problem and how to handle that problem, right? Coordination is very much important for the sake of growth of both the parties. Okay, see, if there is one developing country and there is one developed country, if developing country need there are certain drawbacks for the developing countries as well. Okay, now see, as a India is a developing nation, what is the problem which the Indian companies, Indian people are facing? The problem of unemployment. Definitely, if we shake hand with the developed country, what they will do? They will do FII, foreign uh, institution of investment, in the form of FDI, foreign direct investment. What they will do? They will make sure that the companies should be there in developing nation. If we shake hand with them, if we tap with them, so the companies which is there in our nation, we will also having an opportunity to provide employment opportunity by recruiting the peoples from our country to that company, right? Because that company has settled in India, in our nation. So if you see the region like Pune, right? In Pune also, you will find a lot of MNC companies, those who are providing a job opportunities to the people, right? And they are getting these job opportunities with the help of which they are able to standardize their living, right? And the developed nation, they are also getting an advantage of having a cheap labor over here, because in that country they need to pay near about 45 to 50,000, 45 to 50,000 for per employee. But over here they are paying near about 15 to 20,000, max to max 25,000. So they are also getting a benefit of it, right? So these all are the important factors. Okay. Now, the way in which coordination may be achieved by information sharing using common standards, dividing responsibility across region. One major issues of coordination is the collection and dissemination of the information from the different location of their other location. It is usually the responsibility of the central office to bring about the coordination. Some of the factors um, complicating coordination, these are culture and language differences, right? Definitely, even if you see our state-wise geographical area, some of the cultures are very different from the other states, right? So definitely there will be a barrier of language also. If they do, if a person don't know the Hindi language, right, then there will be a barrier in the language also. Even if you go to the South Indian locality, if the person is not employed, if the person is not educated, so he knows only the local language, he don't know English and Hindi, so definitely there will be a barrier, there will be a barrier of communication. If a person want to talk with them, if the North Indian person want to talk with him, right? So these barriers create a huge problems uh, for the people, because these barriers is really a harmful factor for the country's growth and development, right? So what I need to say over here is that the countries those were there, there are a lot of barriers also in our nation also about the language, right? Sometimes this language barrier really create a barrier in communication, and due to which, um, due to this barrier they may lose the business types as well. Okay, because there is no proper communication, there is a big communication gap between the two parties because they don't understand the language properly, right? So these are also the important factors which reduce the which is also called as a risk in the globalization. Now they have given other scenarios also there of a risk of globalization, such as there while there is several benefits of globalization, as we discussed earlier, there are a number of risks also. Now see, increasing global companies in working in an environment which do not have a much detailed knowledge of in terms of market condition and political and local politics. This add to the uncertainty of doing business. Companies need to understand the risks involved and to adapt strategies to maximize their exposure and to negative impact of their risks. Okay, apart from risks, companies encounter complexity when doing a business in multiple countries. Okay, the risks of global company faces can be categorized as political risks, legal risks, financial risks, social and cultural risks. So these are the risks which is called as a global in the global companies. These are the biggest risks which we are facing. Okay, now political risks. Definitely, political risks is the biggest risk for us because it is a threat of loss of assets. Okay, earning political and managerial control as a result of the political action of the host country. Now, see, the government rules and regulation can also create a problem uh, in the in the company's ethics, because see where sometimes they have to pay a heavy taxes to the government, which may lead to a really a serious problem for the company's growth and development, because if a huge amount of money will go only in the field of taxes, then how can they able to grow their business? So the taxes can also create a huge problem. There are three main types of political risks impacting the global business ownership risks and operating risks and transfer risks. Now see, they have also given some areas of political risks. Political risks begins with the political stability in the country or a region in which the business is located. Definitely, in a particular region, there will be a government intact on that region, and the government is definitely going to lay a tax on that company, but it is up to the company's viewpoint how they tackle this problem, because definitely they have, if you have, if you have formed any company, you have to go with the legal procedure, and whatever the government has given the guidelines in the constitution, they need to follow, the companies need to follow. So this political risk can also be a problem for the company, because sometimes uh, uh, the company become larger, and the the political people, they also target that company because they are earning more profit, and the political parties, they also need to see how they are earning this much of profit, whether are they doing any kind of wrong work. So they need to understand, and they need to find out what are the drawbacks over there and how they are able to tackle that problem. So they need to see all this stuff. Okay, then legal risks. Companies are subject to the law of the companies in which they operate. Okay, this law may be changed sometimes with retroactive effects. Okay, legal risks are closely tied with the political risks. If the new government comes to power with the unstable country, old laws may be totally changed, causing a major upheaval. Okay, part of the legal risk comes from the loose and enforcement and integration of the law existing on the books. Corruption in the justice system can also play a role of increasing risks. Okay, then financial risks. Financial risks is a change in the host country will impose economic regulation and international cooperation to restrict the control of their activities. Okay, exchange control, tax policies, and price control, all sources of other financial risks on the global business. Now see, the company operating a particular country or region in subject to the different economic swing in addition to the global economic swing. Okay, the fluctuation of the country currency in the country in which the company operates can have a significant impact on the cost and the profitability of the company. Now financial risks can be can can also be a problem for the company, because sometimes with the help of the exchange control, or sometimes with the help of the taxation policy and the price control, the financial risk can also create a problem, because sometimes when you're doing the transaction with the globalized country, I mean to the internet, in the international trade, sometimes the rules and regulation of that country you need to also follow, because you are importing the goods to them. So whatever the trade and tariffs, whatever the barriers of entry is there, you need to fulfill that barriers. You need to fulfill that thing also, because when you are supplying the goods from your country to the other countries, there are some kind of import duty also, right? Export duty, and there are some kind of taxes also in the form of tariffs. You need to also pay that amount of money, because after that only the country can give the permission of the shipment of goods from that place, from your place to that country. Okay, so for the entry into the other country, you need to follow their rules and regulation, right? So this is also one kind of financial risk which you are going to face while having the globalized business. Okay, then social and cultural risks. Okay, cultural risks is just a real threat for the global business as a political and economical risk. Cultural risk is a threat that the international cooperation will come into in the business blunder. engage in poor customers relation or failed at negotiation because of lack of understanding and adaptation of different in culture between the home country and the host country. Cultural risks can take form of cultural, national, business, and cooperation risks. Okay, now national culture risks is a thread of not doing things appropriately within the social economic culture of the host country. Business culture risks is the risk of acting inappropriately within the business culture environment of the host country, and corporate culture risks is the thread of making the mistakes in dealing with the specific firm. Okay, in addition to the political and legal uncertainties, social norms can pose problems for the company's operation in a particular country. Company need to understand the region local religion and ethical concern. Some of the social movement may result in political upheavals, which is the other consequence. Now see, cultural and social risks is also there. Cultural risks can take place in the form of national, business, and corporate risks. Now see, if we get any kind of foreign product in our country, okay, what we need to see, we need to see that the product should be ethical. I mean, the product should be capable of fulfilling the demand of the customer. Okay, you should before entering into market, there should be a proper test of that product, uh, whether the product is properly properly managed or not. We need to see all that stuff, and after that we need to find out whether the product is good or not, whether the product is able to sustain in the market or not, right? Whether the product is having a proper whether the product has followed a proper guidelines which is led by the constitution, and which is led by the government. Okay, so each and everything they need to fill, they need to see. Now in Indian culture, if you see, there are lots of product which we are not using as in a form of Indian culture, right? There are a lot of products which is not made for our economy, right? There are few products, so we don't need to need such kind of products. So there is a barrier of such kind of products into our country, right? because because a lot of product which we are getting from the foreign countries, right? And now India is also becoming very smart, and India is also producing the products which we are getting from the other outside of the country. Take an example of Patanjali, right? Patanjali is a product which is being founded by the Baba Ramdev, and nowadays, this is the product which we are producing a lot. I mean, which over here we are showing a good kind of growth in this field of having a soap, detergent, oil, hair oil, and other areas. Also, the Patanjali has entered, and they are also showing a huge amount of growth. So these are the important factors. Okay, now we have seen the last chapter also. Okay, let us discuss the next thing in the upcoming lecture. Okay, so we should also have to see that the product should be suitable to our culture. Okay, our cultural product should be, we should also have to make, because cultural product is being sold out very much in a highly manner, because people in India, they are accepting such kind of product, and we should also know how we are in a position to grow into the market. So we need to sold such kind of product only which the Indian customers, Indian consumers are going to accept. Okay, so the acceptable from the people should also be there. So we need to make such kind of product which should be acceptable by the economy, by the government also, and by the people also, because people are the person those who are going to purchase the product, because they are the king. You also know that now the day has gone where supplier are the king, right? Because at that time the monopoly kind of situation is there, but after 1991, because of this foreign direct investment, lot of foreign companies are coming into the India, so the competition has increased, right? Due to this increase in competition, definitely we can say that our our customers are the key, and we have to make a product which is suitable for their taste and preference, right? If we make a product no matters, it remain unsold, and we are going to face a problem. I mean, the manufacturing unit are going to face a problem. So we should also have to see that in this globalized world, we need to also be updated, and we need to make a product which is being suitable, most suitable for the customer's point of view. Okay, so from my side, I have completed the chapter and the syllabus as well. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much.